What's good, everyone? Now, for those of you who live outside of the United States, today is American Independence Day. And for those of you who do celebrate, I want to go ahead and wish you a happy 4th of July. Me personally, I don't celebrate this holiday. And for those of you entitled individuals who are about to come for my head in the comments section, saying things to the extent of,
how dare you, bruh? That is not very American of you.
or, why don't you leave America if you don't want to celebrate the 4th of July? And let me go ahead and explain to you, ignoramuses, why I don't celebrate American Independence Day. Now, I belong to a mixed race, ethnic and cultural group called Melungeon. A Melungeon is a triracial isolate group of primarily European, African, and Native American descent, who historically lived in the Cumberland Gap region of Appalachia, most of whom still live there today, while others such as myself and a lot of my family live outside of the Cumberland Gap due to generational choices predicated on economic opportunities that are located elsewhere. At this point, you're probably wondering how any of this ties into the choice of me not wanting to celebrate American Independence Day. While we all know the history behind the United States finally gaining independence from Great Britain in 1776, I believe the Melungeon people ancestrally have been involved in a slave rebellion. To be exact, the San Miguel de Gualdape slave rebellion of 1526. Now, as a Melungeon person, I see this as a self-implementing feat of emancipation as a form of independence in itself. And if you stick around, I'll explain the history behind this slave rebellion and why it's so pertinent to the ethnogenesis history of the Melungeon people. The 1526 San Miguel de Gualdape slave rebellion was the first recorded slave revolt in the United States. It took place in a historical Spanish settlement that is located in present-day Georgetown, South Carolina, on October 18, 1526. San Miguel de Gualdape was settled by a group of Spanish conquistadors, led by a man named Lucas Vazquez de Ayllon, and the 100 Moorish slaves they brought with them from the Iberian Peninsula, as well as 70 Taino natives from the Bahamas that he captured before he set sail for San Miguel de Gualdape. Some 2 months after the settlement of San Miguel de Gualdape took place, a slave by the name of Francisco Gomez decided to orchestrate a rebellion against Lucas Vazquez de Ayllon. This all started because 2 conquistadors by the name of Ginés Doncel and Lieutenant Pedro de Bazan wanted to head back to Spain due to an epidemic of dysentery, hunger, and the harsh climate. Doncel and Bazan figured out Gomez's plans for his fellow slaves and captured him. When the rest of the enslaved Moors found out what happened, they freed Gomez and set fire to Doncel's home and managed to chase the conquistadors all the way to Hispaniola. A lot of these emancipated Moors and Tainos went on to intermingle with the native Gualdape tribe in South Carolina, while others, particularly the ones whom I believe to be my ancestors, went on to Georgia to intermingle with the Creek Indians. In conclusion, I am certain that there have been other slave rebellions that the ancestors of the Melungeon people have participated in, like my ancestors from present-day nations such as Angola and Nigeria. However, I have yet to find any successful slave rebellion history stories regarding that part of my family. I decided to bring this to your attention because I feel like October 18th would make a proper Independence Day for the Melungeon people, because our ancestors have victoriously emancipated ourselves. Now, for my fellow Melungeons who are perfectly okay with celebrating the 4th of July, that's up to you. By all means, continue living your life the way you see fit. I just decided to create this video as a way to let my Melungeon brothers and sisters know that there is another option if you decide to take it. If you decide to celebrate Melungeon Independence Day on October 18th, then cool. If not, then that's also fine. That's up to you. Either way, happy Independence Day to all those who do celebrate.